What if your dream of going to the United States for school, business, or family just got a major policy shift you need to know today? Hi everyone, welcome to Travel and Explore with Follow, bringing the latest real-time immigration updates straight from the US Embassy and Consulate in Nigeria. Whether you are applying for a US visa or planning travel or guiding someone who is, this video will save you time, money and stress. Let's talk about the big policy shift. US travel restriction on Nigerians. Let's start with the most consequential updates. The US government has announced partial travel restrictions affecting Nigerian citizens. These changes were officially published by the White House and relate to several major visa categories. Under these new directives, Nigerians applying for immigrant visas like the family-based or employment-based visas now face additional restrictions. For non-immigrant visas, which includes B1 for business, B2 for tourism, B1 and B2 combined visa, F student, M vocational student, and J exchange visitor. Entry into the US has been suspended for those outside of the US without a valid visa on the effective date. This isn't just a minor rule change. It means that if you don't already have a valid visa by the effective date, you may not be able to enter the US under those categories. Let's talk about why this is happening. US government rationale, the official reason cited by the US government is national security and visa overstay concerns, especially in categories with higher historical rates of overstay or insufficient vetting cooperation. Overstay data from the Department of Homeland Security showed elevated percentages in categories like student or exchange visas for several countries, including Nigeria, which played into the decision. This means that security screening and efficient information sharing with foreign governments, including Nigeria's authorities, are now central to the US visa policy. So let's talk about what this means for visa applications. Existing visas still valid. One important reassurance: if you already have a valid US visa that was issued before January 1st, 2026, that visa remains valid. So if your visa hasn't expired, you should still be able to use it for entry, provided nothing else has changed in your status. This means holders of valid unexpired visas are not automatically stripped of their entry privilege just because of the new policy. Let's talk about the new visa applicants. More stringent rules if you are applying for a new visa in Nigeria. Here's what has changed. The first is non-immigrant visas for tourism, business, study or exchange program now face entry restrictions, especially if your visa is newly issued after the policy's effective date. Second thing is you may be required to prove stronger ties to Nigeria, stronger financials, or full adherence to strict interview and documentation requirements during your application. This is already shaping interview outcome and consulate decisions. The third thing is overstay on past US visas can lead to future denials. US consular officers have access to detailed immigration history and violations, including overstays, and this heavily influences adjudications. This means that more careful preparation and complete documentation are now important than ever. Let's break down the concrete steps the consulate expect for visa applicants in Nigeria. The US Embassy and Consulate locations. The US Embassy is in Abuja and handles many visa authentications and general queries. The US Consulate General is in Lagos. It is the principal location for immigrant visa interviews and adjudication. Immigrant visa processing. Lagos rules effective January 1st, 2025. The immigrant visa process in Lagos now require at least 2 visits to the consulate, first in person document review to ensure all documentation is correct before the interview. Then the second is visa interview with a consulate officer. after which the decision is made. Missing the document review will cause your interview to be invalidated and rescheduled. This change aims to reduce errors, and speed up visa processing, although it also means longer preparation time for applicants. So let's look into the visa validity and reciprocity rules. In mid-2025, the US introduced significant changes to visa validity for Nigerian citizens. Most non-immigrant visas, including tourist business visas, became single entry, visa valid for 3 months only. That means even if you get your visa approved, you can only use it once for a single entry and must enter within the 90-day window. This replaced previous arrangements where many Nigerian passport holders could obtain visas valid for years with multiple entries. Let's talk about to improve your chances. With stricter policies, here are some practical pointers for Nigerian applicants. Always bring complete documentation. Missing paperwork can delay or cancel your interview. Be consistent with your application information. Social media mismatches or gaps can trigger deeper vetting. Clearly demonstrate ties to Nigeria, strong job, family, property, or educational commitment help prove non-immigrant intent. Respect visa conditions. Overstaying or violating terms can halt future travel prospects. Prepare early. Consulate wait times and security vetting can add months to the timeline. Security and international cooperation beyond visa rules. The US Nigerian immigration relationship is part of broader security cooperation. There have been, increased efforts by the US to monitor regional threats, including surveillance operations shared with Nigerian authorities. While this can, support regional stability, it also shapes how the US views visa and entry risk from countries facing security challenges. So, on a final note, what you must know today is that existing US visa remain valid if unexpired. Second is to the new visa applicants, especially in categories like business, tourism, study, and exchange, may face travel restrictions and suspended entries. Then for consular procedures, in Lagos now require multiple in-person steps. Visa validity in shorter and typical single entry for most Nigerians. So next is careful preparation and strong documentation are more important than ever. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.